Okay, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how to program Spotify playlists using their API and Python. So basically, if you have a smartwatch or something like that that connects to Spotify and you want to make playlists automatically for it, this is your video. There are a bunch of other things you can do with this API, but the main thing that I'm going to focus on are playlists. To give you a little background, I have this watch which lets me download up to 2,000 songs on it at once. But doing so is really slow. Spotify usually lags out on the download step for the watch, so it can't actually have that many songs. Anyways, I don't listen to 2,000 songs ever, so I usually only listen to about 10 to 20, which means that I essentially only needed like one or two playlists that would just update periodically onto my watch. So enter Spotify API. So basically, Spotify has this API which lets you programmatically alter your library using code. Python is the best one I suggest. That's the one I'm going to show you today. So if you're interested in the GitHub source code for this, I've put a link in the description below to the article, and you can go there if you'd like. So basically today, I'd like to show you this function app here. Okay, so one thing about this is Python, right? You could use HTTP GET and post requests yourself, like using a different library of any kind, but I have found that Python is the easiest because there's a built-in library called Spotify that lets you connect your Spotify playlists to your code really easily. So that's the thing I'm going to show you today is this Python file. The Spotify is what it's called. You can install it pretty easily with pip if you're using Python. So yeah, let's go look at the code really quick. So basically, all I'm doing here is I'm importing some libraries that I'll need. Logging is just to be able to read what's happening in my code later when I run this every day. And then Azure Functions, so I'll go over this in a minute, but basically, as long as you get your code to run somewhere, it works. And I have chosen to run this every day as an Azure function using the cron job is what it's called. So that's how I choose to run it, but it doesn't matter where you run it from. You could run it from your laptop, Raspberry Pi, server, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Basically, just as long as this code runs somewhere, you're good. And then here's the most important thing is Spotify, that's the package. And from Spotify, I need to import this specific class that is a way to authenticate myself. So if you saw in my blog, to the next picture, there's this dashboard where you can go and create a Spotify app, because when you're running code, usually it's automatic, and so Spotify needs to know who's running this code, like on whose behalf, basically. So you can create an app for free. If you have the premium account with Spotify, it's free to do this. But they recently made you have to have the premium account. So if you have the free, like with ads account, I don't think you can use the APIs. But as long as you have the premium subscription or whatever, you can create apps for free. You can create one app for free, I believe. Okay, yeah, so here's my app. I just called it Appifier 2. I had no idea what to call this. There's the client ID. I won't show you the secret. It's just development mode. I'm not using this to make money or anything. It's just for fun. And yeah, like you just put in random things like website, redirect, doesn't really matter for this. But essentially, after you've created that app, you get a client ID back. So now let's go to the code. Okay, so let's ignore these two lines for now, but let me go to these lines right here. So basically, I first need to define like what mode I'm going to run this app in, because you can run apps in a lot of different modes. And you would need special permissions to do certain things. So for mine, there's only two permissions I need. I need to read my library of like songs, and I need to modify private playlists. That's it. I don't care about, I guess you could look up genres, or like you could look up, I don't know, there's probably a bunch of other stuff, but that's all I need for this purpose. My goal is to basically get the last 20 songs that I've liked on my Spotify and just put them into a playlist. That's it. Like once every day. That's it. So I know the playlist I want to alter. I just made it one time on my phone, You could do it through the programming interface if you wanted, but that's kind of complicated, I would say. So like you can just create a playlist and then you go to the playlist and find its ID. You can do that either through the app, or you can write some code to basically list all your playlists and you'll see the ID associated with it. And then I have just saved it as an environment variable into my Azure function. Next thing is I am using the Spotify library here. This is the first time I'm using it. .spotify. So that's like how the person who created the Spotify library has decided to name it. And you pass in this thing called an authentication manager, which again, this is specific to the Spotify package. And all you give it is what scope you're operating on. So for me, again, it's user library, reading my last playlists, reading my last 20 songs that I liked, and then modifying playlists. That's it. Okay, so now this little function. So for example, this is a nice little function you can use right away. The alternative would be to use like curl commands like I showed here. Like you would have to write some code or some kind of, you could basically use any programming language, but there are just a lot of things that go on with like making HTTP requests. So it's nice because in this code, this person or whoever made Spotify has written a function for you that is called current user saved tracks. Boom. And it gets you the results of your recently saved tracks. It gets you the top 20, like the most recent 20 just by default. And look, we can go find this. So like, let me just show you how this might work if you want to change this. So just copy this, go over here, search the docs, and boom, there's the function. And it says here, limit 20, offset 0. So by default, it just gets you 20 songs. And that's what I want it to do anyways, so that's nice. And then those songs are returned here as like JSON objects. And I'm just going to for loop through them in this fancy one-line for loop to basically kind of just pick out the two things I need from them. One is the track name, like the title of it, and then the ID, which is another kind of random string that Spotify assigns to it. And then I have that saved as tracks. Okay. And the reason I needed to save this differently is because in the next function called replace items, okay, let's go look for that one again. Let's just search it. Playlist replace items. It takes a list of items, which is a list of track episodes to make the playlist and the ID of the playlist. And that's it. So when you pass those two things into this function, boom, it's cool. On your phone or on your laptop or whatever, you can go to your phone and open up that playlist and it's now different. It's so weird. Like you can run this code once, or you set a breakpoint or whatever if you're debugging this, and then you go back to your phone and check it out and it's new. It's so fun to try it out and actually see it work. And then just for my own purposes, I've printed out each song just so I know. Like when I go to my app here, there's a thingy in there, logs, and like traces is probably the thing I need. It'll just show me like what has this code done in the last 24 hours. Okay, there you go. So now it's printing off some random stuff, but like if you scroll down some more, there we go. 19 was Cage the Elephant, Trouble. So like that's the song I added as number 20 because it starts at 0. And then 18 was this, 17 was, and so now, and I even printed out updated random 20 songs because I have another playlist that's just 20 random songs. So yeah, you can print those off using this logging function, and then you can read it later if you want. I also have in this repo like a local version of this app. I just called it local debugging. And this was what I used when I was first just figuring out how to do this. So you can just run this file by itself, like on your laptop, and it should be able to do like the same thing. You can even see I was kind of fiddling around with it and just testing things out, like number of songs, blah, 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 just trying to figure out how it all worked. So that's a good place to start, honestly, if you're trying to figure out your own Spotify app. But yeah, then once you're ready to deploy, and if you want to use a function app from Azure, this is how you would do that. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave it down in the comment section. One thing else that I'll show you real quick is just, this is only 5 cents a month to run it in Azure. So it's like really cheap and easy to do because they have all these products that let you do that. So, I mean, I work for Microsoft, so I'm like biased in this, but I suggested if you want to just do something for cheap and doesn't need to run all the time, that's great. You could use Azure Functions. But yeah, it's a really fun project to do. Leave me a comment or a question if you have them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.